Hey Virgo, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. As with everything in life, if I don't catch your wavelength on this one, go check your other major placements. And if you haven't already, please do click that subscribe button. It helps other people find my channel and makes me happy. Okay, well, just straight out of the gate. Eager to talk here. Eager to talk. All right. Oh, look at you. You show up here. So these are the oracle cards. Did I already say that? So anyway, we're starting with the oracle cards, Moonology, Work Your Light, Monster Deck, and then we're going to move on to the Tarot of Mystical Moments for a more traditional tarot spread. So, I love this. Okay. So Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realm. I like the idea of divine orchestration. I like that, you know, the timing here, timing is being worked out behind the scenes. Yeah, it might not be in your timing. It might not be the timing that you wanted or the timing that made sense or is the most logical or efficient or anything like that. But there's something going on behind the scenes that's going to put you in the right place at the right time. Trust the niggle. What's that niggling feeling trying to tell you? Well, it's trying to tell you how to get in the right place at the right time. Not that you can, I mean, I also am a firm believer that what's yours won't pass you by, you know. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But there's some timing issue being worked out. So it's not that, oh my gosh, no anxiety here. It's not that, oh my gosh, if I don't, is that the niggle? Is that the right niggle? Is that the right niggle? If I don't get to the right position at the right time? No, we're not rendezvousing with Mars here. We're like simply just living our lives. And there's divine orchestration. So that means that we have faith. We have faith that something's getting worked out. Something is going to be worked out for our highest good. Is it for exactly what we wanted? Maybe, probably not. But is it for our highest good? Yeah. I mean, sometimes you don't get what you want, you get what you need, right? So divine orchestration, Council of Light, there's something, things moving behind the scenes, helping you, for your benefit. They're for your benefit. It's not like, oh, she doesn't trust the niggle, then oh, she's going to miss the boat. This is for your benefit. So you might miss the boat, but man, what if that boat sinks? So, you know, it could be okay. So this is meant to bring you a lot of peace. This is meant to remind you to trust your instincts, trust your intuition about where something's going. It's easier to do that if it's louder. The only way to make it louder is those niggles louder is to quiet the mind, quiet yourself. That's a long process, but trust that niggle when you do feel it, like, you know what? I want to go here. I want to do that. I want to say this. I want to go that way. Trust that. That could be a nudge from your, from the subtle realms, helping you to hit a rendezvous point, possibly. Well, I just said it's not a rendezvous point, but there'll be other ones. Yeah, there are opportunities that are once in a lifetime, but there are other opportunities where, you know, if it's yours, that's what I have faith in. If it's yours, it won't pass you by. So it might pass you by this round if you're not ready for it, but maybe next round, who knows? So, and then here we have you, new moon in Virgo. It's time to give rather than take. This talks about taking action. What do you bring to the situation? What are you bringing? What's your modality? What's your vibe? What's your intention? Really looking at all of that whole aspect. What are you bringing? And also in these ones, I always see like this term, a time always indicates to me that there's a time of action. So we are getting trust the niggle. We have divine orchestration. That seems to me talk about time too. So there's some sort of time is of the essence. Like I'm struggling with this, like, what's yours will not, it's not a rendezvous with Mars. You know, if we miscalculate something here, it's not going to be a disaster. But then I'm getting this, like, it is time. And I keep accidentally saying, like, this niggle is here to get you at the rendezvous point. So I'm struggling with, like, my faith that if it's yours, it won't pass you by. And that tension between those two things of, you know, what's meant for you will will happen for you. And also like, you better get moving. There's a niggle here, and it's time to give rather than take. It's time to express something. It's time to share something. It's time to think about what you bring to an equation, what you bring to a situation, and your own vibe, and what you do have to offer. And then we have new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. So this could be any kind of relationship. This talks about romantic, but it is a give and take, right? We have this balanced give and take, this very reciprocal relationship. So this might be asking you, like, are you reciprocating? Or, I mean, not bean for bean, but vibe for vibe, or you know, in what way, what do you bring to this situation? How do you balance these scales here? How do you make this relationship balanced and reciprocal? So we could be talking about relating a new friendship, a new relationship, a new co-worker, something like that, and really thinking about the part you're playing in the relationship and in making sure it's balanced and reciprocal. All right. So Virgo. Oh no. Crap. Okay. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay, yeah, I was laughing because sometimes it's hard to figure out where you, Virgo, might cut the deck, you know, or I don't know. It's interesting sometimes, that part where I'm like, is this it? Is that it? Sometimes, most of the time, it comes in really clear, like, yep, that's the one. And then this time I was like, what is it? And then... So in your recent past, you have Ace of Pentacles. So something has already begun. There was a beginning. It actually began in the real world. It wasn't imaginary. You didn't imagine this. It's got these really deep, long-reaching roots. It's very real. It's very rooted in reality. Very rooted in 3D possibility, right? And she's just admiring this new beginning, this new shoot. To her, it's a very new shoot, but its roots are very deep. I'm getting this divine orchestration here that this thing's been growing for a really long time, and it's an ace to you because it just looks new. It just looks like it's just emerging from the soil, but its roots are so deep and so grounded and so real. So this is usually, our aces are the intention coming in into the 3D world. But the Ace of Pentacles, this Ace of Pentacles particularly, talks about it just being so rooted, and it's a seed that's already shot down roots. Its emergence is only apparent to us. So this ace almost feels like there's a whole other like world on the other side of this ace that's been bringing this ace into this this new beginning in reality, into our reality. So now we have a new physical beginning, but there's been this whole other process that's gone on, possibly these divine orchestration and all that, all this whole other preparation and process. So to us, it just looks like, oh, this new thing is beginning in reality, but we may have had a whole cycle of wands before this, or a whole cycle of cups, or something else. There's just, this seed has already been prepared and is already sprouted by the time we see it. So it's an ace to our eyeballs, and it is something we can see because it's a pentacles, right? And so in your current situation, you have Seven of Wands. You have really struggling and fighting for something you believe in, for your vision, for your freedom in a way. This does seem to be, the Seven of Wands would normally be, in the Rider-Waite, is going to be somebody standing on a hill. They've got the high ground, and they are defending themselves, defending their hill. They're king of the mountain, and they're defending all the other neighborhood kids coming up and, you know, playing that game. But Seven of Wands here, I mean, he's got love written on his chest. He's got faith. He's got strength. He's got this new beginning right here. That's what he's all about. And he or she is all about. And you're in a situation where you're really struggling to hold that, struggling to free that, struggling to You're fighting your way to freedom. You're fighting for what you believe in. And it's taking a lot of strength to hold for what you believe in, for what you want out of this situation, for what you feel is right, for what you feel is true. There's this sort of battle of you defending yourself and you defending your own rightness, your own freedom, and your own vision, what you want, and you fighting for that, struggling towards that. And then in your inner landscape, your hopes, your fears, well, this has got to be a hope, certainly not a fear. 10 of Cups. You're hoping for maximum happiness. And this isn't necessarily maximum happiness available. Well, we're all hoping for the maximum amount of happiness available to humans throughout the whole expanse of time. We would all like that to descend upon us and to be part of our stories. So, but this is what you're looking for. You're looking for a productive, very satisfying situation, very happy, very peaceful, harmonious. You're really looking for, this is what this looks like to me, is this peaceful, harmonious, beautiful product of emotional maturity and reciprocal relating and getting something and giving something and having it all sort of come together in this beautiful, happy, fulfilling situation. So that's what's on your mind. That's what you're thinking about. How do I get that? You've got to fight for it. Apparently, you've got to stand up for it. You've got to be strong, and you've got to hold your ground and hold your vision here. And then what's at issue here is this reverse Four of Swords. So we can take this two ways. Four of Swords in the upright would be rest time, rest period, rest, regroup, prepare. Part of preparing for our future is to rest, of course. You know, we rest up for the next day, that kind of thing. So rest is a form of preparation, but it's in the reverse. So it goes two ways in my view. The Four of Swords goes two ways. Emerging out of a rest period, it's time to get back to work or get back to engagement, or you were on a break and now you have to get back to work, or you were on a break and now you have to get back to the thing that you were doing, or the relationship that you were having, or whatever. It's time to emerge from a break or from a rest period. Or the other aspect of the other possible reading of a reverse Four of Swords is that it's way past time for a break, way past time for rest. It could be talking about sickness, talking about illnesses, talking about having pushed yourself way past the point where you were tired. In recovering from a major injury, one thing I had to learn was to rest before I got tired. But that's a very tricky thing, because you're not getting the information that you're tired, and yet you have to act like you are. Like, how do you rest before? It's like trying to guess on The Price is Right, like without going over. You gotta get as close to that point where you need rest without going over. So this would be like you went way over. That washing machine is not $4,000, honey. Dial it back. You went way over what your bid was, what you thought was. You just overshot your energy levels, overshot your ability to withstand a fight. You may be feeling very exhausted or worn out. So those are two possibilities of that reading. It's the rest was either not taken or the rest time is over. Nap time's over. The bell has done. It's time to get your papers out again and get back to work. So in your environment, you have Nine of Swords. You have Seven of Wands, which is this exhausted, this exhausted sort of, or not exhausted, you're not exhausted yet. That would be Nine of Wands. We're at Seven of Wands, and this is really struggling to maintain the ground you have, maintain your beliefs, your faith, and your faith in yourself. And then we have, in your environment, we have this Nine of Swords. This is the nightmare card. This is what keeps you up at night. Her eyes are closed, but her inner eyes are wide open. The horror of my life. So there's some sort of nightmare kind of situation, or something that's inducing a lot of anxiety in you, which is what I was trying to be careful with this Council of Light. Like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, or things are getting taken care of. So so this anxiety can be put to rest. But there's a very anxiety-inducing situation. This could be what you're struggling against, what you're fighting against, is this. There's this nightmarish kind of, this is not going according to plan kind of situation. It's causing you to really question yourself. It could be keeping you up at night, or somebody up at night. Somebody could be having a lot of anxiety about a situation. So this is either somebody in your environment, or this is you, and something in your environment is causing this. This is actually being safe, being quite safe, but having to deal with sort of these nightmares and these fears that keep you up. So it's mostly in your head, which, you know, you're the master here. If you're the master of anywhere, it's got to be here, right? Of this world. If anything, we're all just barely self-controlled at all anyway. So it's a little bit funny that we think we can control other things when we can't even control ourselves most of the time. And that's like the number one thing to control, or to have a say in, or to be able to control our own thoughts. But these are sort of runaway train thoughts that are full of anxieties and fears, when the reality is that you're safe, but these are all fears about the future and how this could all go, and what's going on. So there's something in your environment that's causing these fears. Could be this very solid new beginning, long-lasting new beginning coming in, that's somehow raising some fears. Maybe you don't feel like it's as solid as you want it to be. Maybe you don't know how this is all going to unfold, because you don't know. We don't even know what kind of plant this is. We're just at the unfolding stage, right? So you don't know. So there's a lot of anxiety, or an anxiety inducing situation here. In your to-do list, and this isn't like a to-do list, you got to check off this box or you can't go to bed. Or have dessert, or whatever you reward yourself with when you get your to-do list done. But this is King of Wands. This is, nice. This is someone, so wands are intuition, creativity, sexuality, and of course he's got his wand in his hand, so that definitely correlates with this depiction here. But this is someone who's very charismatic, who's very, takes the leadership, is very intuitive, shoots from the hip a little bit. People tend to listen to him, follow him or her, whoever this is. So this is you coming into some sort of leadership, powerful, intuitive leadership, taking the lead on something. We are talking about a time to give rather than take, and this would be, I think, to give rather than take, and we call it taking action, but I think it's like giving action more, or like providing that leadership. What do you bring? Bring some inspiration, bring some inspired leadership. People are going to listen to you. That's what this is. This guy isn't just like out here, although it does depict him out in the wilderness by himself. But people are with his drum on fire. I love it. But people are, the King of Wands, people do listen to the King of Wands. He's very inspiring, very inspirational, very charismatic, and people want to listen. So that's what you're bringing. You're bringing some sort of charisma, some sort of inspiration, an inspirational speech, some sort of gana, some desire to win, and inspiring other people with, this is possible. This is we're able to do this. We can fight. This is still you fighting for what you believe in, but now you're getting somebody else, or getting the army to join you in this battle, so that you're not just alone fighting this battle, but you're getting people to join you. So there is like a calling in the troops, you know, and maybe this Council of Light, maybe these are the troops you need to call into. I mean, I don't mean like, maybe these are like, this is a group of people that you need to inspire, but you are going to be able to do that. But that's the energy you're looking to embody, is that inspiring energy, that coming in with some sort of plan, knowing that people are going to listen to you, people are going to be inspired by you, people are going to be able to hear what you have to say. So you're coming in with some sort of leadership. Inspired leadership is where you're going here. Inspired leadership. Oh, and then where we're going, la la la, the Sun card. Beautiful optimism, clear joy. You want this 10 of Cups. It looks like you just need to lead the way And then we get there. I mean, the Sun card is basically the Ten of Cups card. Ten of Cups talks just about emotional, relationship-wise, and the Sun card is just this beautiful, healing, gorgeous clarity and inspiring brightness, lightness, and optimism. You inspire the optimism in other people. You bring that in. And so we're going from Nine of Swords, either someone's having a lot of anxiety here or the situation is very anxiety provoking. And then you're bringing in some kind of leadership here. What are you, it's time to give. What are you giving? Leadership, inspiration, belief, faith, absolutely manifesting faith. This is what faith looks like. This is what belief looks like, and getting people to follow you. Being very inspired and taking some leadership here towards this thing that you have a lot of faith, towards the future. What's the future you're going towards? The Sun card, this beautiful, optimistic place. So what are you bringing? It's time to give what you're giving optimism. You bring the optimism to the situation and allow that sun to shine and allow that clarity, that beautiful healing light to pour in to what may have been like a dark, anxiety-inducing situation. So that Ten of Cups that you want, I think that in some way you're providing the inspired leadership to go there. And trust that niggle. This is all about intuition. And this King of Wands is all about providing leadership in sort of an intuitive, inspired way. What do we have here? This little sucker just flipped around. I like that. Change is in the air. I think you're bringing it. Sometimes we take things for granted and forget to stop and realize how incredible the ordinary things can be. Growth does often seem improbable, yet it happens every day in many ways. So too is something growing in your life that seems at the moment unlikely or impossible. Yet it will happen anyway. Have faith, trust your feelings, and relax. Change is in the air. Yeah, we're talking a lot about relaxing, a lot about trusting your feelings. I mean, this intuitive leader trusts his feelings first, right? Before he brings that, before he can inspire others, he must trust himself before he can inspire trust from others. So beautiful, changes in the air. Awesome. I love it. All right, Virgo, last but not least, of course. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching.